Hey, everybody. Welcome back in to the Molasses Report. So, somewhere along the way, we decided that hobbies weren't allowed to just exist. If you like something, you start talking to your friends and say, I really like doing X, I really enjoy Y. The first question they ask isn't, do you enjoy it? How much fun do you have? It's, well, how are you making money doing it? Have you thought about turning it into a side hustle? Are you building a brand? Do you post about it consistently? Well, explain the ROI on it. So today, I want to say something radical. Your hobbies don't have to make you money. They don't even have to make you good. They just have to be something you enjoy. We live in an era where enjoyment often feels suspicious unless it's productive. For example, if you surf, people ask if you're good. Mike is no, no, I am not. If you do surf, people ask if you compete and do you have sponsorships. If you're a writer, they ask, well, where can I read your stuff? Or are you planning on being published? If you take photos, they start asking, well, do you sell those photos? It's as if fun has been put on probation. Suddenly, the thing that once gave you relief from the job that stresses you out starts feeling like another job. Deadlines that you set creep in, metrics that you start comparing yourself to show up. Comparison just ruins the whole quietness of something you enjoy. Like, then there's the guilt factor of I'm spending time on something that isn't advancing me monetarily, so I'm wasting time. This rest has to be earned, joy has to be justified by the amount of money you're making. This mindset follows us everywhere. Like, back to me for a second here. I love surfing. I am not good at it. Full stop. I wipe out more than I stand up. I can't get up half the time. But I don't rip the waves. I don't charge. I don't look cool when I carry my board down to the water. In fact, it's mainly dragging behind me because it's very, very heavy. Like half the time, I'm paddling, I'm watching waves pass by me, I'm getting worked by sets I thought I could handle, but definitely can't. But when I'm out there, none of it matters. Surfing humbles you. The ocean does not care about your job title, how productive your week was, your ego. You fall. You miss waves. You get out paddled by someone twice your age. But still, I come back because the point was never to be a master pro surfer. The point was never to be better than somebody else. The point was never to make money doing it. The point was being happy and being 100% in the moment. We'll say though, being bad at something is kind of an odd feeling. There is no pressure to optimize. There's no expectation to be impressive. You're just allowed to try. You remember what it feels like to just start out, to not know the rules, to laugh when you mess up. Being bad actually forces you out of your head. There's no room for overthinking when you're focused on staying upright. It reconnects you to curiosity, to patience, to play. And for adults, play is almost revolutionary. Your hobbies don't need to advance your career, they don't need to scale, they don't need an audience. Yes, that probably sounds ironic considering the whole point of a podcast is to have an audience and people who listen, but that's beside the point. They don't need to become part of your personality online. A hobby is just a place where your nervous system can reset, where no one is grading you. You're not proving anything. You're allowed to disappear for a while. And maybe that's the most productive thing of all, especially in a world that never stops asking you to be 100% on. There is something sacred about keeping one thing just for yourself. Not everything needs witnesses, not everything needs feedback. Some parts of your life get to exist without explanation. If surfing turned into another obligation, I'd probably stop. I'd say, not happening. But that's how I know I love it and that it actually matters. We quietly started believing that if something isn't shared, it didn't happen. If you didn't post the run, did you actually run? If you didn't upload that photo, did you actually take it? If you didn't track the stats, did it matter? But private joy is still real joy. Not everything meaningful needs documentation. Not everything healing needs proof of its healing. There is a special kind of freedom in doing something no one's going to clap for. No likes, no comments, no feedback loop. Just you. Sometimes the most honest relationship you can have with an activity is one that no one else ever sees. It's not hidden, it's just protected. But the moment money shows up, that's when everything shifts. Deadlines appear again, expectations form, performance replaces play. Exploration becomes have to deliver. This doesn't mean that a hobby turning into work is wrong. Let's be clear there. If you can make money doing something you love, why wouldn't you? Because sometimes it's wonderful, sometimes it's the dream, but it's different. And we need to be honest about that because once something pays you, it starts asking things from you: consistency, output, results. A hobby asks only one thing: show up if you want to. That's rare. But you are allowed to enjoy things that will go nowhere. No 5-year plan, no growth strategy, no measurable return, just enjoyment. We've been trained to justify our time like accountants, but your soul is not a spreadsheet. Some activities exist purely to keep you human, to keep you curious, to keep you soft around the edges. You don't need to be impressive everywhere. You don't need to optimize every hour. You don't need to turn every spark into a new business model. Sometimes joy is enough reason. And my opinion, it's the best one. Then there's this quiet fear underneath all of this. If I'm not building something, am I falling behind? If I'm not monetizing, am I wasting potential? If I'm not optimizing, am I being irresponsible? But not every hour of your life is supposed to be leveraged. Some hours are just supposed to be lived. Play is not a detour from adulthood, it's the maintenance for it. The people who never play burn out faster, they harden quicker, they forget who they are outside of output. A hobby that stays a hobby isn't a lack of ambition, it's emotional cross training. It keeps you connected to effort without pressure, progress without judgment, time without measurement. You're not behind because something you love doesn't make money. You're balanced. And in this economy of constant performance, that might be the rarest skill there is. Not everything you love is supposed to become your life's work. Some things are meant to stay small, personal, unpressured. We've started treating passion like a resource to extract from instead of a place to return to. But take a minute. Imagine if every friendship had to become a business partnership. Every walk had to become a fitness brand. Every meal had to become a cooking channel. It would drain the fun right out of it. Soft loves are renewable only if they stay unharvested. A hobby can be a relationship, and relationships change when you put them to work. So it's okay if that thing you love stays yours, unscaled, unmonetized, unimpressive on paper, because years from now, you probably won't remember how efficient you were with your time. You'll remember what made you feel alive inside it. And a lot of the time, that was the thing you did for no reason at all. If there's something you love you're not great at, keep rolling with it. Protect it from becoming another obligation. Not everything you enjoy needs to justify itself. Some things are allowed to just be yours alone. This has been the Molasses Report. I'll see you next time.